this is going to be the dummies guide for Raiden Shogun. Raiden Shogun is going to be coming out very soon for the second half of 3.3, and it's about time we get a simple and short guide on how Raiden Shogun works, what her abilities are, how good she is, what's her teams, all of that type of stuff in a really small and fast video. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First, let's get into her talent. Her first talent, of course, is her normal attack. This is a normal string of, attacks. This is not important. This is not going to be something you level up for your talent. So we're going to be skipping over that. Her next talent is her skill. Now her skill does one instance of electro damage, and after that you get this little symbol behind you. This symbol will have a ring that will show in gameplay behind you, and this ring will charge up based on how many bursts you've done. So basically you want to do as many bursts as you can right before Raiden Shogun's ult. Another thing this does is also buffs the burst of other characters. So you're going to want to be using this skill first, and then switch to your character ult, switch to your character ult, switch to your character ult, and then come back with Raiden Shogun and use her ult. Her ult is going to scale based on how many energy has been used across your character. So if you look in the talents here, let's say for Sara, we look at her talents, we look at her ult, and her energy cost is 80. We look at the next character, Yelan, her energy cost is 70. The more energy cost you use, the more damage Raiden Shogun will be putting out once you use her skill. So not only will this skill buff your teammates' burst, it also will help you with getting Electro out on the field. It also will deal damage periodically of Electro when you're causing normal attacks on the enemies, which I will be showing in the gameplay beforehand. So for a quick summary, use this. It buffs your your team ults, and then you're going to be charging up her ult basically, and then this will be doing massive damage once you get your ult on the field. Now to talk about the ult itself, it's going to be one big instance of damage. It's going to be basically a nuke. You're going to be charging it up with the skill that I mentioned before, and once you use that one big instance of nuke damage, you are going to be getting a new set of attacks, and these attacks will do more damage and will be electro infused. Now don't get the wrong idea. When you do use the ult, which I just shown, you will not be using normal attacks in the terms of the talent. These will be converted into electro burst damage. So you will only need to level up the skill and the burst for Raiden Shogun. You can leave the normal attack alone. For the Raiden Shogun, I really do prefer that you guys crown her, that you guys level 90 her, because she does a crazy amount of damage, and she is almost a game. She's not almost. She is a game changer for a lot of accounts in this game. She is a universal battery. She's easy electro support for off-field electro damage. She can charge everyone's ult. It's absolutely an amazing character to have. Now let's get into her weapons, artifacts, and all this other stuff in a really fast and easy way to digest. For her weapons, she only has two really good weapons, and I'm going to be suggesting these two weapons only because one of them is very free to play and her best in slot 4-star, and the other is of course her signature 5-star, the Engulfing Lightning. Now, the Engulfing Lightning is going to be her premier 5-star weapon, because this is going to give her energy recharge, which she scales off of in her talents for her burst, and she also gets attack based on the energy recharge she has. So this is a very good polearm to have, especially on the Raiden Shogun. And the other is the catch. Now the catch is purely free to play. You get this from fishing, you get the refinements from fishing. It does take a minute to get all the refinements, but I think it's very well worth, because not only do you get the energy recharge you need for Raiden Shogun, you also get the elemental burst damage boost, and you also get crit rate that's only for the burst, but that's basically what Raiden Shogun only needs. So this is a very good polearm. These are the only two I'm going to be suggesting, because one of them is the premium 5-star option, which is her signature weapon, and the other is the catch, purely free to play. You don't have to spend any money to get this polearm. So I do recommend you guys going ahead and getting, get to fishing, get this polearm, because it's going to be a game changer for the account. It's a very good polearm. You see I have it on Xiangling because the best artifact set is going to be needing the catch, which I'll be getting to right now, which is Emblem of Severed Fate. Emblem of Severed Fate is going to be her best in slot artifact piece. This is one of the best domains in the game, especially because you have Shimenawa, which a lot of characters can use, and Emblem of Severed Fate, which almost every character in this game can use. Is going to be giving you energy recharge 20%, and then you'll be getting elemental burst damage based on your elemental recharge. So this is going to be needed on Raiden Shogun and a lot of other characters. And the way you're going to be building Raiden Shogun is going to be crit damage, crit rate, energy recharge. That's basically what you're going to want mostly on Raiden Shogun. You're going to want, of course, the Flower and Feather, the same thing, just as much crit rate and crit damage as you could possibly put on it, and as much element energy recharge as you can. The Sands is going to depend. If you're using stuff like the catch, attack Sands might not be bad, but energy recharge Sands is going to be her best option, especially for engulfing lightning, because it does convert the energy recharge into attack. I still recommend energy recharge on the Sands if you're going to be using the catch, because it still is going to help her scale her burst and the artifact set damage onto her burst. So make sure to run energy recharge Sands. Crit rate, crit damage subsets as always, and of course if you can get attack percent on it as well, that'd be great. But mainly crit rate, crit damage. Her Electro Goblet is going to be her goblet of choice. Now this is going to depend. If you do not have the catch, if you do not have the engulfing lightning, you might be well off using an attack goblet, which isn't going to be hard to find, but an attack goblet might be very good in this section or slot, because you won't have a lot of attack if you're going for energy recharge. Sands, the artifacts are going to be energy recharge, and then the her scaling's energy recharge. So a lot of the attack is going to be lost with the weapon not being attack related, the artifact not being attack related, or nothing else being attack related. So having an attack goblet will be pretty good here. This is a if, because if you're going to be using Bennett and Sara, which are 2 attack buffers, or you're going to be using them period, you might as well go for the electro damage bonus. If you're going to be running Bennett or Sara constantly with Raiden. If you're not, then go for the attack goblet. If you are using Bennett or Sara, go for the electro goblet. And again, you want crit rate, crit damage, or energy recharge on this goblet. And then for the circlet, this is basically going to be your optimization piece. Whatever you have more of, to get a really good ratio in terms of you need more crit damage or you need more crit rate, this is what you're going to be putting on the circlet. Of course, you're going to want the opposite. So if you have a crit rate main stat, you're going to want crit damage substat. If you have a crit damage main stat, you're going to want a crit rate substat. And of course, you want to pack as much energy recharge as you can. And if you could put some attack percent on it, that's going to be very, very good as well. So other than that, that is pretty much all there is to Raiden Shogun. Of course, your constellations do have really, really nice, I guess you could say, effects to it. C2 is basically the very, very, very big sweet spot for Raiden Shogun, because she ignores 60% of the defense for the enemy. So this is a really crazy premium option for Raiden Shogun. And then her C3 makes her ult even more crazier, especially with her banner coming so soon. A lot of people with C2 might go for C3 just for the extra nuke. I do recommend everybody summon for Raiden Shogun. Her banner is coming up very, very soon with Ayato. I do recommend crowning her, getting her level 90. She's absolutely worth it. One of the best units in the game. And to talk about her teams real quick, very, very quick. She does have 2 mainstay teams, one more free to play, one not so free to play. Raiden Hyper Carry is her best team, especially with a C6 Kujo Sara, because you do get an extra 60% crit damage. And then all the buffers that you need, Bandit, Kazuha, Zhongli. Any of these characters work really, really well with Raiden Shogun. It's going to make her burst hit crazy hard once you do all their ults, because they're all damage boosting ults. You're going to be making her hit for so much numbers, it's not even be funny. The more free to play option is going to be Raiden National, Xingqiu, Xiangling, Bennett, or you could do Yelan, Xiangling, and Bennett. All of these characters are going to be using their bursts. All of them are damage related, so all of these damage numbers are going to be coming together, charging up Raiden Shogun's ult. So having all of them out on the field at the same time, we're going to go crazy. It's going to do a lot of numbers. It's very free to play, very fun to play. You should go ahead and give it a try. There's other teams that you can use with Raiden Shogun, like Eula and Raiden Shogun, because Raiden Shogun's follow-up attack with Electro helps the super conduct happen, and then the physical resistance gets shredded. There's also the Ayato Taser team, or Taser teams in general with Raiden Shogun, because of her ult giving so much electro damage, and because of her off-field electro application, is going to be very, very good to have the Raiden Shogun for all of these sorts of teams. So you're really going to want to have all of these teams with Raiden Shogun, because Raiden Shogun just does so much for your entire account. So other than that, this is going to be it for this video. Hopefully it was easy to digest and easy to understand. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.